Good morning, Beach and Birch class, and welcome to today's maths lesson. First of all, we've got our maths meeting. I had some fantastic pictures yesterday of your maths meetings. First question, 100 minus 9. I'd use a mental method, probably counting on from 9 to 100 for this, but you could use column methods. 8 with a small 2 there means 8 squared. 8 times by itself twice, 8 times 8. Column subtraction. Column addition, be very careful because this number has 2 decimal places, whereas this one only has 1. So when you're lining them up for your column addition, make sure you're lining them up with the decimal points on top of one another. And then you've got a column multiplication, 4 times 2, 4 times 0, 4 times 700, and don't let 4 times 0 trick you. I'll give you a moment to pause your screen and work those out. And the answer's in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No on-purpose mistakes from me, so please do spot any that I've made. And let's move on to today's lesson. Okay, yesterday we were learning to read and write numbers to 10 million. We're going to expand on that today and look at the value of the digits. So remembering from yesterday, first of all, we had the millions, and we had 3 numbers or 3 digits that represented the thousands, and then 3 digits that represented the hundreds, and they were separated quite handily with these little commas to help us split it up when we're reading it. We also put them into place value grids that we could really see the value of each unit, of each digit. So this was yesterday's work. Get yourself a pencil or a pen out and give your work a tick. The first thing you were asked to do is to write the numbers into the place value grid. And once you'd done that, you were asked to write the numbers in words. Pause the video, tick your work. Okay, let's move on to the second part, which was writing the words. So the first one, 816,958, 1,254,958, 91,806, 3,048,787, 958,656, and the last one, 1,362,055. So let's just recap again from yesterday. I'm going to pull up a couple of numbers. I want you to have a look at them. You can pause the video if you want to write them down. If not, just say them out loud, and then I'll say them out loud. See if we can get these really quickly. So the first number, we've got our unit section, and we've got a thousand section, but we don't have any millions here. Have a go at saying it yourself. That's 403,762. The next one, we've got our unit section here, our thousand section here, and we do have some millions in this one. Have a go at saying it. That's 4,300,724. Again, we do have millions, we have our thousands, and then we have our unit section. Have a go at saying it. That's 8,793,500. This one's a little bit tricky. We do have millions, we do have a thousand section, we do need these zeros to hold the place value, but there aren't any thousands in this number. And then we do have a unit section. So have a think, have a try, and I'll say it in a moment. It's 3,971,000. There's nothing in the thousands, so we don't need to say that. We still need to label this as the millions, 3 million, and we still need to tell us how many in the unit section here. But we don't have to say the number of thousands because there aren't any. So that's 3,971,000. Pretty sure this is our final one. 1,803,090. Good job if you got those right. If you're still finding it tricky with these ones in the middle, don't worry, we'll have another little go at this tomorrow and perhaps go through this PowerPoint a couple of times or even yesterday's again. So today we're moving on and we're going to be recognising the value of digits up to 10 million. So we're still looking at these large numbers, but this time we're really homing in on what each of these digits actually represent. Because the 6 right here represents 6 million in this one. I've drawn a place value chart again for you, and we'll be working with these again today. So you can see the 6 goes into the millions. This is representing 6 millions. The 9 goes in the hundreds of thousands, representing 900,000. The 8 goes into the tens of thousands, representing 80,000. The 3 goes into the thousands, representing 3,000. The 2 goes into the hundreds, representing 200. The digit 7 goes into the tens, representing 7 tens or 70. And the 4 goes into the units, representing 4 single units. So the 6 represents 6 million, that's 6 with 6 dots after it, 6 zeros after it, to represent 6 million. 9 represents 900,000, that's 9 with 5 zeros after it, with a comma placed to help us to recognise it as hundreds of thousands. The 8 represents 80,000, 4 zeros behind it to show that's where it belongs. The 3 represents 3,000, that's the 3 with 3 zeros after it to represent or put it into the thousands column. The 2 represents 200s. The 7 represents 7 tens or 70. And the 4 units represents the number 4. Okay, so each of these digits, they represent an entire number. And if you put all of them back together, they make the number 6,983,274. Let's explore that in a little bit more detail again. Got a new number here, 5 in the millions, 903,328. Put it into a place value chart again. That helps us to figure out what each of the digits actually mean, what they are actually worth. Got 2 3s in this number. The digit 3 appears twice. But in this column, it represents 3,000s, and in this column, it represents 300s. So this digit 3 has a larger worth than this digit 3. The 5 represents 5 million. The 9 represents 900,000. The 0 represents 0 tens of thousands. It's still there to hold the place value, but it shows us that there aren't actually any tens of thousands in this number. The 3 represents 3,000. following 3 represents 300. 2 represents 2 tens, and the 8 represents 8 units. One more for you now. 6,264,720. It looks like this in our place value chart. Popping at the bottom here will be the same representation I've shown you in the last 2 slides. If you pause the video for a moment, you can have a go at writing it out yourself and checking your answers with me. I'll give you a moment to pause the video. Okay, let's look together. 6,200,000, 60,000, should be a 4 there, 4,700, 2 tens, and no units, 0 units. It's incredibly important still to have that 0 there, because if we got rid of it here, this number would suddenly look a lot smaller, and the 6 would appear in the hundreds of thousands column rather than the millions of column. Okay, we've got 5,398,910. Put it in a place value chart again. I'm going to ask a slightly different question. I'm going to ask, what does the digit 8 represent in this number? So the first thing I need to do is find the digit 8. There it is, right here on our place value chart. Now if it's in my place value chart, I can look at the column header. It says thousands, so I know that 8 is in my thousands column. There are 8,000. See that the 8 is in the thousands column. So I know that the digit 8 within this number is representing 8,000, or I could write that in words as 8,000. 8,000 or 8,000. The second number here is 654,932. Put it into our place value chart. You can see there aren't any millions. This time I'm going to ask, what does the digit 6 represent in this number? So let's find the digit 6. It's right here in the hundreds of thousands column. So I already know that it's worth 600,000, 600s of thousands. And I can write that as 600,000 or 600,000. They both mean exactly the same. This is in words, this is numerically. For today's task, I'm going to ask you to try and write them in both. Okay, this is your task today. What is the digit 5 worth in each of these numbers? So what does the digit 5 represent in each of these numbers? And I've got the word these in blue to show you I mean these numbers. In your books today, you can copy out this table. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns wide, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows deep. Okay. Then you need to write in these numbers and split them out. And for each of them, I'd like to know what the digit 5 is worth. The digit 5 is right here. Digit 5 in this number is right here. In this number, it's all the way over here. And this number, the other end. Another one. Finally there. To show you what I mean, here's an example. What is the digit 5 worth in each of these numbers? There's my table. The first number I've written out is 45,082. 45082. And underneath I've written, in 54,082, the 5 represents 5,000 or 5,000. So I've written it in 2 different ways there. Okay, it's your turn. I'll give you the answers again tomorrow. The number there. Split it out into the table. Find the 5. Can you tell me what it's worth in words or as a number? Even better if you've got both. Okay, now I've had a word with Mr. Greenhouse. I'd like to see all of your working out for your maths meeting today. And if I see pictures, or Mr. Greenhouse sees pictures of your working out for your maths meeting today, that's 5 dojos. And if I see this table drawn out with a ruler, correct answers underneath, it's another 5 dojos. So don't forget to send us the pictures in Class Dojo. If you can't send a picture on Class Dojo, we can accept the pictures via email too. I'm looking forward to seeing your work. Bye.